What's going on? My name's CLyon. This is my new YouTube channel, my new YouTube series. I'm calling this series CLyon Creates. It's where I make stuff, create stuff that's art, I build stuff, make figures, and I show you how to do it, or at least show you me doing it. Today what we're gonna do is make a silicone mold. So we're gonna mold a figure. It's a pop vinyl figure, a custom one I'm doing. So we're gonna make a mold for that. First things first, we gotta go to my buddy Dave's house. He lost a bet. In that bet, he bought me some silicone. So we're gonna go pick that up, bring it back here. I'm gonna show you how I do this, and yeah, let's do this. Thanks for checking out the video, and welcome to the new series. Let's go create some stuff. Let's go. We're gone. Dave is streaming. He's in streamer world. He's not wanting to talk to us. But we got it. He lost the bet. I get to make some molds. Got this. Let's head home and show you how to do this. And we're back. Alright, so just got the silicone. Pick that up. I'm gonna set up my workstation. I do it in my living room, kitchen area here. Kind of span quickly because it's a little dirty, if I say so myself. Instead of cleaning, I'm going to show you how to make these molds though. So let's set up our workstation and get started. Plastic wrap to protect the table. Temperature is a big deal with this stuff. There's a range on the box. I definitely try and get it to, 70 degrees. Right around there, I feel like it cures pretty well. And then when I actually pour the molds, what I end up doing is I place them in a pretty warm spot in my house, somewhere that doesn't fluctuate in temperature. So now for tools, first off you'll need some sort of mixing stick. I use a metal spatula. Works better and cleans easier than the wooden ones. A roll of paper towels. And then I just used my old coffee cups to mix stuff in. They're clear, and I already have them, so why not? Get everything set up here to mix everything. You want to mix these each on their own before mixing them together. Alright, so now you've got to mix the two. Part B is a little chunky and needs to be mixed really well. You mix them separately to start with. Start in part A, mix it, make sure to scrape the sides and the bottom. Mix for a solid minute. I've got this sped up 8 times. Before mixing part B, make sure to clean your spatula off really well. You don't want any of part A remaining on the spatula to mix with part B. It would ruin the rest of part B because we're not going to use it all right now. So again, mix this, get the sides, get the bottom, scrape it as much as you possibly can, get it nice and smooth, uniform, before we start measuring to mix the two together. So now when you look at this, part B is much smoother than it was, as is part A, but part B is visually more. Somehow I deleted the part where I actually poured part B into that clear plastic cup, but you get the idea. We're going to measure the two by eye. This is by volume, 1:1 mix ratio. So as you see, the part A is just a little bit higher than part B. We're going to add just a touch more part B, get that level, and then we're going to mix the two together. So what I like to do is mix them into 1 cup and then pour them back into the first cup, mix them again, and then pour them back into the other cup. And this way you get as much as you possibly can. And I lost a little there. I'm gonna scoop that back in. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. But yeah, you want to get as much as you can. You want to get this as mixed as uniformly as possible, because as you'll see later, we're going to be scraping the sides of this cup to get as much product as we can to cover our figure. So again, going through this, you want to scrape the bottom, scrape the sides, get it as mixed as well as possible. You don't want to have any streaks of pink and blue. You want purple. Purple's all we want right now. Alright, we scrape the sides and it's nice and uniformly purple. The pink's on the outside of the cup, so don't worry about that. We're going to pour this over our figure in our mold setting, whatever you want to call it. You pour it slowly. This is sped up again. You pour it slowly and you want a nice thin stream. It pops the air bubbles as it goes down. You want to cover your whole figure. Ideally you have like a ½ inch or more at the base. This helps in keeping your mold longer. It just keeps it stronger because there's more material, so in case you rip out just a little bit, pulling figures out of it as you cast them, you don't destroy your mold. This one has a little bit thin bottom, but it'll work out. We'll come back tomorrow. Alright, so our mold is set. What we're going to do is just rip away this poster board, paper board, whatever, art board, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so we've got our mold here. What we're going to do is cut it out. So this right here is the top of the actual figure. So what we're going to do is cut a serpentine pattern down the sides of this so that we can spread it open, take the original figure out, and then we'll have our mold, and yeah, it should be good to go. This is the pour point. This is where we'll actually pour our resin once we start making figures. We're going to continue to cut this out. As you see, it's slowly getting there. The longer your blade, the easier this is going to be because you're making less cuts. With shorter blades, you can get it done. You just have to take your time doing this. It's a very important step in the whole process. You don't want to rip the silicone because you'll ruin the mold. It'll still be usable, but you'll lose detail. Because of the style of this figure and the extra feathers I put around its neck, they actually broke off in the mold because I did not use enough silicone release spray, but I should still have most of the detail in there. It's thin at my thumb right there, but otherwise it's good. Alright, so the mold's all made. We knocked that out. That's taken care of. Next time, we'll use that mold. We'll make a figure, actually cast a figure out of resin. Try out that new resin pigment I got. I'll show you that in the next video too. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much.